Okay, just in the last lecture, we have dealt with some basics of electrical machines. So we have concluded that there is a relationship between EMF and MMF, flux and current, resistance and reluctance, right? So let us just recall that what we have discussed in the last lecture. So tell me, what is meant by dynamically induced EMF? Dynamically induced EMF means what? Dynamically induced EMF means, is there any rotation or no rotation? It means a flux conductor both are rotating, or any one is rotating or not rotating. Tell me. Dynamically induced EMF means flux and conductor both are rotating or any one only rotating. Come on. Flux or any one? Yes. Any one only rotating. If conductor is rotating, that is called which machine? If conductor is rotating, that is which machine? I mean, which generator? Conductor rotating. Only conductor is rotating. That is which generator? If conductor is only rotating, then that is called which generator? DC generator or synchronous generator? DC generator or synchronous generator? If conductor only rotating but field is stationary. Come on. Conductor is only rotating, field is stationary. That is called DC generator. DC generator. Field rotating, conductor stationary. That is called AC generator. Okay? What about statical induced EMF? Statical induced EMF means conductor, field both are rotating or stationary. Conductor and field both are rotating or stationary. Tell me. Conductor and field both are rotating or stationary. Who is saying rotating? Atul. I said statically. Atul, statically. Statically means what? Yes. So, what is meant by rotational? Rotational induced EMF means? Rotational induced EMF means both the field and the conductor both are rotating. The best example for the statically induced EMF is for transformer, and this is for induction motor. And as we know, the relationship between the flux and the reluctance is flux is inversely proportional to reluctance. Tell me which medium is having more reluctance, air medium or core medium? Whose reluctance is more? Whose reluctance is more, air medium or core medium? Yes, air medium reluctance is more. To transfer the flux, air medium should be more or core reluctance, core medium should be more. It means you required any air gap or no air gap? You required any air gap or no air gap? Just I'm asking basics. Air gap or no air gap? Yes, no air gap. So, if there is large air gap, very small core, then tell me majority of MMF will drop across air gap or across core? Majority of MMF is drop across the air gap or at core? Where it will be drop? Majority of MMF. Where it will drop? Air gap or MMF? Yes, because air gap reluctance is more. Okay? With all these basics that we have covered in the last lecture, today we are going to start our actual machines. That is DC machines. DC machines. In DC machines, first I would like to start with DC generator. So today I am going to thinking about to complete DC generator working, construction and shape of MMF, how the armature MMF is producing, and AR, in short armature reaction and commutation. Okay? Today I am going to cover these topics. Let's see, if time permits I will complete this one also. Okay? Now let us start the working of a DC generator. Put aside heading, working of a DC generator. First you tell me, DC generator induced EMF is a dynamical induced EMF or statical induced EMF? DC generator induced EMF is a dynamical induced EMF or statical induced EMF? DC generator induced EMF is dynamically induced EMF. So here conductor is rotating or field is rotating? Here conductor is rotating or field is rotating? Conductor or field, which one is rotating in DC generator? Conductor. Tell me, conductor, will it rotates on its own or you have to give some mechanical input? Tell me, conductor, will it rotates on its own or you have to give some mechanical input? So definitely you need to give some mechanical input, right? So working of DC generator. working of DC generator. Concentrate throughout the lecture. Throughout the lecture, don't miss any point. Okay? So, example, I am considering a two-pole machine. I am considering a two-pole machine. I am considering a two-pole machine. Let us say this is north and this is south. Okay? I have two conductors. Definitely one conductor is not sufficient. Two conductors must and should you require. So let me consider a conductor right now is here. Conductor right now is here. Tell me, you are giving a mechanical input. Let us assume you are giving a mechanical input in a clockwise direction. With respect to the center to the shaft, I am giving a mechanical input. P mechanical power I am giving. Right now, your conductor is here. Right now, your conductor is here. Tell me, if I rotate this P mechanical, the conductor will try to move in the clockwise direction, yes or not? After some time, your conductor will move or not, because you are giving a mechanical input now. Right now, your conductor is here. Only I have taken only one conductor. Just see here. I have taken only one conductor. It is rotating. Then, after some time, it will come here. After some time, it will come here. After some time, it will come here. Right? After some time, it will comes here. Now, listen. Because we are giving mechanical input, right? Basically, flux is flowing from north to south or south to north. Flux is flowing from where to where? Flux is flowing from where to where? North to south, na? North to south. Flux is flowing from north to south. Chalo, dekhte hai. You are giving a force mechanically to this rotor means, can I say your force is also acting on the conductor? It means the conductor is moving in a clockwise direction, right? It means the force exerting on the conductor is like this. To this conductor, like this. To this conductor, like this. To this conductor, like this. Correct or not? The force which is acting on the conductor is tangential force, na? Look at here. All the four direction forces are acting. Now you tell me. Now you tell me. What is the direction of the conductor? Let us say, I will call this as the position 1, position 2, position 3, position 4, and again come back to its original position, that is I will call it as the position 5. Come on, please concentrate. Answer very quick. Tell me, the position 1, at the position 1, the conductor is moving same direction of the field or perpendicular or opposite? Tell me. At position 1, your conductor is moving same direction to the field or opposite to the field or perpendicular to the field? Which direction the force is acting on? Opposite. Opposite means kitna angle? Opposite means kitna angle? Batao. Opposite means how much angle? Yes. It means what is our induced EMF? Across the conductor, E is equal to B L V sin theta. This is our dynamical induced EMF, na? Tell me, when theta is equal to 180 degrees, what is induced EMF? 0 or finite? When theta is equal to 180 degrees, what is the induced EMF? 0 or finite? Yes, sir. It means when it is at position 1, the induced EMF is equal to 0. Okay? After some time, position 1 is changed to position 2. Tell me, at position 2, the angle between the field and the conductor, is it perpendicular or 0? Tell me, the angle between the field and the conductor, is it perpendicular or 0 or 180? Perpendicular. Perpendicular means, can I say at position 2, the induced EMF is, I can say, E maximum. Can I see E maximum? Because that is a maximum induced EMF, na? Tell me at position 3, the conductor direction is the same or different? At position 3, the conductor is the same or different direction? Position 3. Same direction means, what is the angle between these two? Two parallel lines. What is the angle between them? Two parallel lines. Angle kitna? Either 0 or 180. Therefore, can I say, induced EMF is again also 0? Now, at position 4, come on tell me, at position 4, at position 4, what is the angle between the field and the conductor? Perpendicular or 0? Come on. Angle between fourth position. Yes, sir. 90 degrees. Therefore, induced EMF is equal to E maximum. Again at position 5. Induced EMF equal to what? At position 5, induced EMF. Now you tell me. At position 5, what is induced EMF? Position 5 means 4 to 5. Yes, very good. Induced EMF is equal to 0. Now what I want to ask you is, what output we are generating? Like, any voltage will have polarity or no polarity? First you tell me. Any voltage, does it have polarity or no polarity? Yes, come on. Definitely polarity will be there, right? Otherwise you cannot say that. Tell me. At position 2, you are getting some voltage E max. At position 4, you are getting some voltage E max. Then which is a positive polarity, which is a negative polarity? Of course, correct or not? Which is a positive polarity? Position 2, I don't know. Position 4, I don't know. Then how we will identify the polarity of induced EMF? The polarity of induced EMF in a DC generator is identified by using Fleming right hand rule. Fleming right hand rule. Are you getting my point? Fleming right hand rule. Anyone tell me the Fleming right hand rule thumb indicates what? Fleming right hand rule thumb indicates what? Anyone? Thumb indicates. Anyone? Thumb indicates what? The direction of force. In Fleming right hand rule, the thumb indicates the direction of the force, or we can call it as a motion of the conductor. Motion of the conductor. And point finger indicates, or the first finger indicates, direction of the field. And the middle finger, the third finger or the middle finger indicates the polarity of induced EMF. Again I am repeating, the Fleming right hand rule I am using to find out the polarity of induced EMF. See, not current. Polarity of induced EMF. Current is for Fleming left hand rule. Okay? The polarity of induced EMF, Fleming right hand rule. Thumb, motion of the conductor. Point finger, it is moving field. And middle finger indicates polarity of induced EMF. Now just you tell me one thing. The motion of the conductor is upward, right? Just look at the word. The motion of the conductor is upward. Concentrate every word. The motion of the conductor is upward. Field is moving from north to south. Then the middle finger is going into the board or away from the board? Then the middle finger is going into the board or away from the board? See, motion of the conductor is in this direction. Field is moving in this direction. The motion of the conductor is into the board or away from the board? Into the board, how we will represent it? Cross polarity or dot polarity? Into the board, what we have to say? Is it a cross polarity or dot polarity? Into the board is called. Yes, very good. Into the board we will call it as a cross polarity. Into the board we will call it as a cross polarity. Similarly, look at the fourth position. Look at the fourth position. Tell me what is the direction of force? Downward. Field is coming in this direction. Then what is this middle finger indicates? Look at here. Middle finger indicates towards you, na? Middle finger is coming towards you, right? Is it middle finger is coming towards you, right? Then is it coming out of the board or into the board? The middle finger and the south pole, is it coming out of the board? Out of the board is dot polarity. Out of the board is dot polarity. Okay. Now you tell me one thing. At position 1 and at position 3, is there any induced EMF or no induced EMF? At position 1 and position 3. At position 1 and at position 3, is it there any induced EMF or no induced EMF? Tell me. No induced EMF? Yes, no induced EMF. No induced EMF means, is there any pole, or it means no induced EMF means, is there any flux? I told you, to produce induced EMF, what is the two things that you need? One is a conductor, another one is a field. Right or not? Conductor rotation, another one is field. In the last lecture, we have discussed these things very specifically. One is a conductor rotation, another one is a field. Correct or not? Speed of the conductor and field. Tell me, at position 3, at position 1, conductor is rotating or stationary? Position 1 at position 3, conductor is acting some force. It means rotation force is there or not? At position 1 and position 3. At position 1, at position 3 we have induced motion of the conductor. Yes, it is rotating. Correct? But tell me one thing. Even though motion of the conductor is there, even though conductor is rotating at 3 and 5 or 3 and 1, tell me, no induced EMF means conductor rotation is there, no induced EMF is there. It means, do you have flux or no flux? Tell me, conductor rotation is there, but no induced EMF, na? We have seen that. No induced EMF. Then, is there any flux or no flux? No flux. No flux means, is there any pole effect or no pole effect? No flux means, is there any pole effect or no pole effect? Tell me. Is there any pole effect or no pole effect? Perfect. There is no pole effect at position 1 and at position 3. Correct or not? Correct or not? Yes. Now come to the point. Here cross mark is there, here dot mark is there. Under north pole we got cross, under south pole we got dot. See, basically we need to have certain assumptions that if you are assuming cross polarity as a positive, dot as a negative polarity, then throughout the course you have to assume whenever if you find cross, that is positive, whenever if you find a dot, that should be negative. Later if you interchange, that is a misconception. Again I am telling you, whatever you are considering cross, whatever you are considering dot, right now if you assume cross as a cross as a positive polarity, dot as a negative polarity, throughout the course you have to assume that only. Clear? Therefore tell me, shall I consider cross as a positive polarity, dot as a negative polarity? Can I consider like that? Cross as a positive polarity, dot as a negative polarity? Yes. Throughout the course we have to follow that convention. Don't change in between. Okay. Now come to this point. So under north pole, it means whenever if you have any north pole effect, then what type of polarity of induced EMF you will get? Whenever if you have a north pole effect, whenever if you have a south pole effect, what type of induced EMF you will get? What type of induced EMF you will get? Under north pole, always positive. Under south pole, always negative. Now, come to this point. I am drawing two axes in between these two. ठीक है. Concentrate. I have two axes. One is, look at this dotted blue color line. Another one is horizontal dotted. Look at this horizontal dotted. Okay, which is coming outside. Horizontal dotted. I have total two axes. Tell me, along which axis the induced EMF is 0? Vertical axis or horizontal axis? Along which axis the induced EMF is 0? Vertical axis or horizontal axis? Tell me. Y-axis or x-axis? Along which direction induced EMF is 0? Along which axis induced EMF is 0? Come on. Y-axis induced EMF 0. Shubham, 0 induced EMF I said. 0 induced EMF means the axis which is along vertical line, na? Yes. It means, can I say this axis is it intermediate between the poles? This is the axis exactly in between the poles or not? Yes. That is why this axis is called interpolar axis. Interpolar axis. Have you heard about interpolar axis? Interpolar axis means it is the axis between two adjacent poles. Okay. Another name is also there. Let us see how many of you will answer this question. Tell me, along vertical line, is there any pole effect or no pole effect? Tell me. Along vertical axis means, is there any no pole effect or no pole effect? Along vertical axis, no induced EMF. No induced EMF is there any pole effect or no pole effect? No pole effect, you will call it as a positive effect or negative effect or neutral. No pole effect means you will call it as a positive effect or a negative effect or a neutral. Tell me which one you will call it as? Neutral. Yes, that is why this is called magnetically neutral axis. I hope you heard this word. Magnetically neutral axis. Have you heard this word? Magnetically neutral axis or MNA axis, simply MNA axis. Okay? Now you tell me one thing. This is axis, horizontal axis. Is this axis, is it intermediate or through pole? This the horizontal axis. Is it intermediate the poles or through the pole? Come on, very quickly you have to respond. The horizontal axis, is it intermediate or through pole? Yes, sir. Through pole. That is why it is called polar axis. That is what it is called polar axis. Polar axis. Some others they will give you polar axis or D axis. I hope you heard about this. D axis means direct axis. D axis means direct axis. Therefore, tell me if this is the direct axis, then what is this axis? Tell me. What is another name of this axis? If this is the D axis, this is which axis? I hope you heard this word, right? D axis. Then what is this axis? Perfect. Q axis, or we will call it as a quadrature axis. Q axis, or we will call it as a quadrature axis. I hope this is clear to everybody. Now tell me, along, come on, along MNA axis, is there any induced EMF? Along MNA axis, is there any induced EMF? Yes or no? Only one answer. Along MNA axis, is there any induced EMF? No. Along polar axis? Along polar axis, induced EMF is there or not? Finite value of induced EMF is there or maximum value is there? Along polar axis, finite value or maximum value? Yes, sir. Maximum value. Now, I would like to draw the voltage polarity. ठीक है? देखो एक बार इधर. Look at here. On y-axis, I am taking induced EMF, and x-axis I am taking position. On x-axis I am taking position, on y-axis I am taking EMF. Now you tell me, I have total 5 positions, right? Let us take, this is position 1, position 2, position 3, position 4 and position 5. ठीक है? Position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tell me, at position 1, induced EMF is 0. Correct? Tell me at position 2, do you have a positive effect or negative effect or zero effect? At position 2, do you have a positive EMF or negative EMF or zero EMF? Yes, sir. Come on. At position 2, positive EMF or negative EMF? Yes. Let us say positive EMF is taraf se. Tell me at position 3, induced EMF is 0. At position 4, negative. Why at position 4? Because it is south pole effect, na? At position 4 it is south pole effect, so that is it is negative. At position 5 again, right. Just you do one thing, join all this. Yes, you look at the board, everybody. Tell me how many poles we have taken? 2 poles. 2 poles are producing how many half cycles? 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 2 half cycles with 1 revolution or more revolutions? Tell me, with 1 revolution or more revolutions, that 2 cycles? That 2 half cycles are for 1 revolution only or more than 1 revolution we have taken consider? Tell me, with 1 revolution, right? I have started here and I again ended here. It means within 1 revolution, I have 2 poles. I got how much angle? How many half poles? We got 2 half cycles. Tell me, can I say each half cycle is contributed by per pole? Can I say that? Each half cycle is contributed by the per pole. Yes or not? Per pole, na? Come on, quick. This positive effect is because of the which pole? This positive effect is because of the which pole? North pole. This negative effect is because of the which pole? Let us take this is 4. Which pole? This is south pole. Yes or no? Tell me how much angle from here to here? How much angle? How much angle from here to here? Tell me. How much angle? How much angle? 180, 360. How much? 360. Electrical or mechanical? You tell me this. This is very important for me. Electrical degrees or mechanical degrees? Electrical degrees or mechanical degrees? Come on, batao. 360 degrees are electrical or mechanical? Come on. This is electrical. See, this is electrical supply only, na? This is electrical degree. Tell me how many electrical degrees you got? Theta electrical. How much you got here? theta electrical is equal to how much? 360 degrees. Theta electrical is equal to 360 degrees. Tell me, one complete revolution is how many mechanical degrees? One complete revolution means how many mechanical degrees? One complete revolution means how many mechanical degrees? Come on, respond. So many conclusions we will get from this. One complete revolution means how many mechanical degrees? Circle. How much? Of course 360 degrees. Of course 360 degrees. Therefore, can I say theta mechanical is equal to theta electrical also? Don't worry, we will extend this concept for not 2 pole. I will take 4 pole, then we'll let us see what will happen. I hope you understand till now. Theta electrical we got 360 degree, which is equal to 1 revolution means theta mechanical, which is equal to 360 degrees, right? Now you just take down this. Once if it is completed, please let me know. Then I will take for 4 poles. See, this is for 2 poles now. This is for 2 poles. Later I will take for 4 poles. Then let us see one conclusion. We will put it together. Okay? Please take down this. Now I want to consider 4 poles. If I have a 4 poles, then what should be the consequences? Okay. If this is north pole, like I am considering 4 poles. If this is north pole, tell me what are the adjacent poles? Is it north or south? If this is north pole, what should be the adjacent poles? Is it north or south? You tell me one thing. If this is north, its adjacent poles are what? North or south? Come on, respond. Yes, sir. South. South. This arrangement is called as a heteropolar system. Heteropolar system. We should never recommend a homopolar system. Why we have taken south pole effect here? Reason is very simple. See, suppose if you take north here, if you take south here, can you get a uniform distribution of flux? Can you get uniform distribution of flux? If you take north here, if you take south here, south, north. Tell me, will you get uniform distribution of flux? No. See now here, tell me flux will emit from north or taken from south. Flux will come out from north and taken by the south. Correct or not? Flux is coming out from north. Flux is coming out from north and taken by the south. Correct? Similarly, north to south. Look at here. Similarly, north to south. Look at here now. Half of the flux is came from here. 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 Now look at the board. This total south pole is carrying 5 by 2 or total 5? This south pole, is it carrying, look at here, this is the direction, don't forget. This south pole is carrying total 5 or only 5 by 2? Tell me, the south pole, is it carried by total 5 or only 5 by 2? Yes sir, it is carrying total 5, not 5 by 2. Half 5 by 2 is from one north pole, remaining half is coming from another north pole. Therefore, total flux is received by the south pole is how much? Total 5, right? Clear? Similarly, for the south pole also. Yes, similarly for the south pole also. Now, tell me, for 2 poles, how many MN axis you have previously? For 2 poles, how many MN axis you have? Tell me. 1 MN axis. But right now, how many poles we have? 2 MN axis, right? 4 poles are there. 4 poles are there means, tell me, MN axis is lies between north and south, correct? This is north, this is south. So definitely an MN axis will be there. This is also north and south. Therefore, this is also another MN axis, correct? I hope you understand. MNA1, you say MNA1, this is, I can say this is MNA2, correct? MNA1 and MNA2. Tell me how many polar axes you have? How many polar axes? 2 polar axes or 3 polar axes? How many? 2 MN axes are like this. This is 1, 2. 1, 2. Right? Total 2 polar axes. And you tell me, same situation I would like to consider here also. Let me take at a position. This is my conductor initially here. After that, conductor will move here. After that, conductor will move, and finally reach here. Tell me, your conductor is moving automatically or you need to give mechanical input? Tell me, your conductor is moving automatically or you have to give any mechanical input? Definitely, we have to give mechanical input. Now, I am taking same I will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and same, right? Again, I am rotating only one revolution. Let us say what is the consequences. Let me tell you. What is the position 1? Position 2. Position 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again 9. Tell me what is the induced EMF at position 7, 1 to 8, 1 to 9? Tell me at position 1, induced EMF. Come on. At position 1, induced EMF. Come on. At position 1, induced EMF is how much? Where is your position 1? 0. Very good. 0. Next to 2. North pole effect E. Next to 3. 0. E. 0. E. 0. E. Finally 0. Correct? Now you tell me one thing. This is induced EMF and this is position. No, I need to have a little larger length. This is the induced EMF. Position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and one more I have to take 9. This axis is position. Chalo, tell me. You have to type only one answer. 0 plus minus. That's it. Positive or negative 0. Tell me. At position 1, induced EMF. Quick. At position 1, induced EMF 0. Correct? Position 2, positive effect or negative effect? Position 2, positive or negative? Position 2, positive voltage or negative voltage? Why positive? Why positive? Tell me, why positive? Why positive effect? Very good. Why positive? Because of north pole. Shabash. At 3, again, 0, 4, negative, 5, 0, 6, positive, 7, 0, 8, negative, 9, again 0. So, look at the board everybody. Just I am joining these two. How many poles we have taken in this case? How many poles we have taken in this case? 4 poles. Therefore, how many half cycles we will produce? 1, 2, 3, 4. Total 4 poles it is producing 4 half cycles, correct? 4 poles is producing 4 half cycles, correct? This is north pole effect, this is south pole effect, this is north pole effect, this is south pole effect, correct? Now you tell me how much electrical degree right now within 1 revolution? How much that electrical degree with 1 revolution? Come on. With 1 revolution, how much electrical degree? With 1 revolution, how much electrical degree? Shabash, shabash. Shabash. Because up to here, 1 360. How many 360s you have? 2 360s, na? Now I would like to write theta electrical is equal to 2 times of 360 degrees. Can I write like that? Theta electrical is equal to 2 times of 360 degrees. Therefore, can I write 2 times of, can I write 360 degrees is nothing but within 1 revolution, 360 degrees, we will call it as a theta mechanical. Within 1 revolution only, na? 1 revolution is equal to how much? 360 degrees, correct? Can I write this T as, this 2 as P by 2? P by 2 theta mechanical. I hope you heard this formula previously in your academics. Theta electrical is equal to theta mechanical. Have you heard that formula above before? Theta electrical is equal to P by 2 times of theta mechanical. Yes. Now concentrate here. Previously, how many poles we have taken? Previously, how many poles we have taken? Previously, how many poles we have taken? 2 poles, na? Substitute here. 2 by 2. 1. Therefore, theta electrical is equal to theta mechanical. How much you got previously? 360 degrees. If I take 4 poles, 4 by 2, 720. If I take 10 poles, theta electrical is equal to how much? If I take 10 poles, theta electrical is equal to how much? Theta electrical is equal to how many degrees? Electrical degrees. Electrical degrees, yes, 1800 electrical degrees, because 5 times of 360, na? That's why you tell me, electrical degree, mechanical degree, both are same? Electrical degree, mechanical degree, both are same? Electrical degree, mechanical degree, both are same? No. Always, which is more, electrical degree or mechanical degree? Which is more? Always, electrical degree or mechanical degree? Electrical degrees are more. Okay? First you take this. I want to put all the conclusions at one place so that we will get one interesting relation. Okay? I will show you that. So where will be the polar axis in this? Polar axis, look at here. North to south. This north to south. These two together forming one polar axis. Okay? North to south, north to south. North to south, north to south. I hope you are seeing this red color. I hope you are seeing this red color. Yes or not? These two together forming one polar axis. These two together forming another polar axis. Therefore, two polar axes we have. Okay? Go ahead. Chalo, stop writing and listen. Now I want to put all the conclusions. I have taken 2 poles, I have taken 4 poles. Like that, if I increase number of poles, what is the conclusions that we will get? Okay? I want to build a table. This side I want to take number of poles. Number of poles. And here I want to take revolutions per second. It means 1 revolution per second, 2 revolutions per second. Okay? Within 1 second, 1 revolution. Within 2 seconds, 2 revolutions. Like that. Now here I will take number of cycles per second. Number of cycles per second. Here number of, otherwise you will write number of revolutions per second. Here you will write number of cycles per second. Chalo, dekhte hain. In the first case, how many poles we have taken? 2 poles we have taken, correct? In the first case, 2 poles you have taken. How many revolutions you made? 1 revolution. How many cycles you got? How many full cycles? Not half cycle. How many full cycles per second you got? How many full cycles you got? Hello, I said full cycle. Full cycle with 2 poles within 1 revolution. 2 poles, look at the number of poles. 1 cycle per second. Suppose if I do 2 revolutions. Suppose if I do 2 revolutions, how many I will get? Suppose if I do 2 revolutions, how many I will get? 1 cycle or 2 cycles? Suppose if I do 2 revolutions, how many cycles I will get? Yes, 2 revolutions per second. Okay. Suppose I would like to take the next case which you have taken, 4 pole. 4 pole means again 1 revolution. How many cycles you got? 1 revolution. How many cycles you got? 4 poles. Very good. 2. For 2 revolutions you will get 4 cycles. Correct? Suppose if you have a p poles, if you do 1 revolution, dekhte hain. Can I write this 1 as 2 by 2? Can I write that 1 as 2 by 2? Can I write this 2 as 4 by 2? Can I write that 4 as 2 by 2 as 4 by 2? Similarly, for 1 revolution, I have a 1 cycle, but 2 poles. So 2 by 2. For the same 1 revolution, I got 2 cycles, so 4 poles. So 4 by 2. Suppose if I have a p poles, tell me how many cycles per second I will get? Very good. P by 2. Look at here. 2 poles, 1 revolution. How many cycles you are getting? 1. 4 poles, 1 revolution. How many you are getting? 2. 6 poles, 1 revolution. How many you will get? 2 you are getting 1. 4 you are getting 2. 6 you will get 3. 100 you will get? 100 you will get? 100 you will get? How many? 100 you will get 50. Then p poles you will get? Come on. P poles you will get? 100 you will get 50. Then p poles you will get? P by 2 na? P poles I have P by 2? Yes. Suppose if I made 2 revolutions. Then what I have to do? 2 times of this P by 2. Can I say that? 2 times of the P by 2. Correct? Like this, suppose I have n revolutions if I made. Within 1 second, if I made n revolutions, then this will be, can I say, np by 2? Then can I say this is np by 2? Yes or not? If I make 2 revolutions, I will get 2 into p by 2. If I make suppose n revolutions, can I get np by 2? Tell me, number of cycles per second is called what? Number of cycles per second is called what? Come on, respond. Number of cycles per second is called what? Yes, sir. Come on. Frequency. Therefore, frequency is equal to np by 2. Where n is the revolutions per second or rotations per second. Correct or not? Where n is the revolutions per second or rotations per second. Can I say that? Yes. Suppose if I have a number of rotations per minute. Number of rotations per minute. Then how to write this? F is equal to n into p by 2 into 60. Na? Therefore, n is equal to, sir, this is not small, this is capital. Therefore, n is equal to what? 120 f by p. I hope this formula also you have seen somewhere. Yes or not? Have you seen that formula? N is equal to 120 f by p. What is that? N is equal to 120 f by p. What is that? N is equal to 120 f by p. What is n is called? We have studied so many times in induction machine, synchronous machine. Yes, that is a synchronous speed. That is called synchronous speed. Okay. But I have a doubt. Here we are getting output from generator is a DC. But here generating DC or AC? Your machine is generating DC or AC? Your DC generator is generating DC or AC right now? AC. But our objective is to get DC or AC. Our objective in DC generator is to get AC or DC? DC. Then how we will do this process? How we will do this process? AC to DC conversion. What is that? I have 2 choices. One is commutator, another one is rectifier. Tell me, is your rectifier static device or rotating device? Come on. Is your rectifier, is it static device or rotating device? Static device. Therefore, is it possible any rotating machine to convert AC to DC with rectifier? Is it possible any rotating machine AC to DC with rectifier? Is it possible? No. Therefore, we have a special construction or a special connection called, yes, you said correct, that is commutator. It is a special device called commutator. The purpose of commutator is convert AC to DC. Ripple free. If you use number of segments, then we will say you are getting output as pure DC. Yes? So, can you tell me, till now, your DC generator is a DC generator or AC generator? Till now, your DC generator, is it AC generator or DC generator? Till now, AC generator. Yes. When it will act like a DC generator, tell me? When it will act like a DC generator, tell me? When it will act like a DC generator, tell me? When it will act like a DC generator? Come on. After commutation, it means the difference between AC generator and DC generator is what? The difference between AC generator and DC generator is what? AC generator and DC generator is only one thing is what? What is the border? What is the border for that? AC generator and DC generator is commutator. That is why your synchronous generator, if you studied about alternators in your academics, you will never find a commutator in synchronous machine. You will find commutator in DC machine only. Achha, I'll ask you one more question. Generator means will give the supply, it will take the supply. That is my question. Tell me. Generator will give the supply or take the supply? will give the supply, correct? Now you tell me one thing. You have a AC generator, you have a DC generator. Tell me, collection of output is easy from the stator or rotor? First of all, in DC generator, where you are collecting the output? In DC generator, where we are collecting the output? Rotor only, na? In DC generator, armature is a rotor part, na? Rotating part, correct? In DC generator, we are collecting the output from the rotor. In alternator, synchronous generator, where we are collecting the output? Is it from stator or rotor? In alternator or a synchronous generator, we are collecting the output from the rotor or stator. Acha, you tell me, collection of output is easy from stator or rotor? Collecting the output from a machine, electrical output from a machine, is it easy from the stator or rotor? Where it is easy? Stator. Yes or not? Then why we kept armature in the rotor side? Then why we kept armature in the rotor side? Why we kept armature in the rotor side in DC machine? Collection is easy now in stator. Why can't you keep the rotor in the armature in the stator side? Did you got this doubt about before? Why we are placing rotor in DC generator in the rotor side, armature? Why we are keeping armature for stator in alternator? Reason is commutator. Reason is commutator. Suppose if your objective is to collecting the output only AC, which one you will prefer? Tell me. Suppose if your objective is to collect output from AC, collect output AC, tell me which one is prefer? DC generator or AC generator? If your objective is to collect the output, AC output if you want to take, alternating current output you need to take, then it is better to go for AC generator. Why I should take from the DC generator? Even though your DC generator is giving AC, I won't prefer that because it is difficult for me. Stator collecting is very easy, so that is why we will collect from the synchronous generator. Okay? Now, why we have forcefully keep our armature in the rotor side is just because of this fellow, commutator. But what he is doing, AC to DC, because requirement is DC, na? Requirement is DC, na? Yes, sir. This is a very famous question in interviews. Very famous question. If you go to any PSU interview, then definitely you will put this kind of question. Like what? Why you are keeping rotor, like in DC machine, armature you kept in rotor side, whereas in synchronous machine, armature you kept at stator. Reason is one word, commutator. Why commutator? Sir, till that point, like before commutator, my output is AC only, but I want to get DC. Then I have to prefer a commutator. Then he will ask a question. Why you are placing commutator? Simply you can put rectifier, na? So then what you have to say the answer? If you say why you are putting commutator, you can put rectifier also, na? If you put rectifier, you will also get DC. Then why you are not putting rectifier? Why you are not using rectifier in that? Come on, tell me anyone. Why we are not using rectifier circuit? Because rectifier is a static device. Very good. It will not rotate, right? That is the reason. If you say this perfectly answer, correct answer it is. I hope this is clear, everybody. Any doubts? So if it is clear, then I will move on to the next topic where the commutator is available. This is clear, everybody? I hope you understand differences between synchronous generator and a DC generator. Clear? Synchronous generator and DC generator. Okay. Once if it is completed, please let me know so that I will go to the next topic.